Morgan McMahon, 16-4 for the Stamps over the Eskimos in the West Final. Here's Bronzell Miller, defensive tackle for the Stampeders. Had his appendix out last Thursday. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
And what about the Stamps today in your absence? What do you like about their performances?
27 yards rushing. That's all I care about.
What about your ability to get back should Calgary make it to the Grey Cup? Would you be ready to go in a week's time?
Should we make it? We're going to make it. But I'll be back.
There you go, guys. All kinds of confidence on the part of Bronzell Miller.
Here's Brian Wiggins trying to shake that confidence, and for the first time today, Archer to Wiggins, and a first down for Edmonton.
It's hard to believe that Bronzell Miller makes his living as a public speaker. He just does so much. Very stoic in his answers. But it's nice to see that finally David Archer, as you say, gets Wiggins involved, and who makes a couple guys miss him, and turns into a nice big game.
Chris, I've discovered it's the offensive linemen that have a lot more to say.
I've been telling you that for all year.
First down, Edmonton across midfield, and here's Mills, left side, and he's got a couple of yards. Jermaine Miles replacing Bronzell Miller in the Calgary mix. They've done a good job. The front seven, the whole D.
Well, I'll tell you, take a look at here. You see Jermaine Miles working against Bruce Beaton, an all-star, but he can't get to the outside shoulder. You got to get to his outside shoulder if you want to run the ball outside of the tackle. He does a great job, Bronzell Miller does, of fighting it, getting outside and making the play, allowing his teammates to come in and stop it for virtually no gain.
2nd and 9. Archer out of the shotgun has better protection. Mills, first down. Troy Mills to the Calgary 40-yard line. And the Eskimos starting to get untracked offensively.
Well, they're using what they have to do. They haven't run Mills very effectively when they have, but what they do is they give him the ball other ways, by the pass. We talked earlier in the first half when they were struggling of maybe getting him into a screen pass. This is the next best thing. Put the ball a little outlet pass to him, let him get some open field. He's a tough runner and a tough guy to bring down.
You'll get plenty of arguments, but David Archer thinks Mills is the best multifaceted running back in the Canadian Football League. This time, C.J. Williams, short gain, looked like the ball popped loose. Calgary says they've got it, waiting an indication, and no. The officials say the ball was dead. And a gain of 2 for Williams.
Well, the ground can't cause a fumble. And, you know, that's the biggest thing right here. You can see C.J. Williams is going to come through, but you know what? That is a fumble.
No question.
Boy, they thought that the ground had caused it, but the referees, and they've done a great job up to this point today, have missed that call, and that was a fumble.
So the Edmonton Eskimos starting to get breaks and starting to shift momentum. 2nd and 8. Archer, great protection, and he throws a strike over the middle, and it's Myron Wise with the catch.
Well, that is a big play, but of course that play, this is the bigger play. And in fact, you can see the ball come out of CJ as he's being stripped by Jermaine Miles again. And I mean, they get a break, as you say, Chris. What I like that Edmonton or Calgary does, though, they rushed 3 the last play, dropped 9, a little bit of an umbrella coverage. David finds one guy, and I mean, there's only one guy open when you got 9 guys in the coverage.
Well, it's become a microcosm of the whole season. It's been uphill for Edmonton, but they're starting to look optimistic as the ball thrown into the end zone incomplete. William Hampton in coverage. Marcus Dowdell, the intended receiver.
But that is what he wanted. Talking to David Archer, he said, I want to get Dowdell one-on-one. He does this time. But what happens, you get good pressure. Miles again. We mentioned him a ton. Coming across, gets his coverage. Had he not forced David Archer to throw that ball too far, no telling what could have happened because he got the coverage he wanted when he one-on-one with Marcus Dowdell.
Chris, this is the longest drive of the game for Edmonton. This, their 7th play. 2nd and 10 from the Calgary 28. Archer over the middle. Wiggins with the catch inside the 10.
Well, maybe this is that visualization thing he was doing. Maybe he didn't visualize himself doing it in the first half. He says, I'm saving for when it counts the second half. That's a great, great catch. Take a look at it. Nice delivery by David Archer, sitting in the pocket, but look at the concentration. Up, turning his back, not knowing if he's going to get a shot from the back. great job fighting the pressure. Here's Peoples. We haven't mentioned him at all. One of the first few times he's been around the quarterback. Thomas Rayam doing a great job on him most of the day.
21 yards for Wiggins. It's first and goal, Edmonton from the 8. Short drop, Archer into the end zone. Incomplete. Again, Dowdell, the intended receiver.
And I like what he's doing. He says, you know what, I'm going to mix it up a little bit, which is what you want to do. You want to stay with one guy. He likes Dowdell. Every game that these two guys have played, Dowdell has been Archer's favorite receiver. As much as he's talked about having guys like Myron Wise in there, he really likes this guy. A guy I think they do miss in the short or in the red zone, though, is Shannon Myers.
Second and goal. Archer, Dowdell, and he can't bring it off his shoe tops. Third down.
Well, I tell you what, this ball is thrown low, but it does touch his hands. And as the old great Tommy Joe Coffey said, if you touch it with your hands, you better be able to catch the football. He catches this football, he walks into the end zone. They got to start taking advantage. That's the best drive that Edmonton's had today, albeit aided by a penalty, but they're doing a great job of moving it.
Dowdell wide open. And with 1:20 remaining in the third quarter, Sean Fleming will try to kick Edmonton a little closer. 15-yard field goal. And Fleming puts it through. So it's a 9-point game in the Western Final with over a quarter to play.
And that's just a touchdown and a field goal. Let's go down to Scott Russell.
Well, guys, just talking to Dr. David Reed of the Eskimos medical staff, and fullback Troy Mills has bruised ribs. He took a hit. Also, a couple of series ago, you noticed he slipped on a reception, and so the field and its ability to not be slippery is coming into play here. So Troy Mills has bruised ribs, and that might be a factor.
Well, he's a critical guy in the Eskimos' offensive set. We'll see if Mills comes back and can continue to be effective. From the 35, Calgary will start. Out of the backfield, Kelvin Anderson cuts back, drilled, but gets to the 40 and close to a first down.
Well, Benny Good just comes off from his defensive tackle position and just cranks him. I mean, this is what you call intensity in football. We're trying to do anything you can. But the nice thing about it is, Garcia is using Anderson as his outlet pass. Anderson will stay in there looking for the blitz. Nothing comes. He leaks to the flats. Nice job of getting the ball to him. Nice job of Benny Goods coming over from his tackle position to make the play.
This guy's 5'8", 205. Anderson's durable. He has not missed a game in 3 years out of the Calgary backfield. And Anderson wrapped up there and thrown down by Don Wilson in his 50th year. Donnie Wilson limits that gain to just a couple.
And the nice job that Edmonton has done is they've put him in a second and long situation. I mean, the pass protection, you're going to see them bringing everybody right now. The ground is a little bit slippery, as you can see right now. They're trying to run some stuff inside. McCready and Benny Goods, the offensive line, doing a good job of switching it off, allowing Garcia that time.
At the 47, it's 2nd and 8 for the Stampeders. Garcia with pressure on, throws a strike complete to Travis Moore. His second catch of the game, and it's a big first down for Calgary. You could feel the momentum in the green and gold's favor, and now Wally Buono's team has the football and they're moving as the third quarter draws to a close.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, we're talking about veteran, we're talking about experience. This is what it is. Moore knowing exactly where he has to go to get the first down. Nice throw, nice catch. They keep the drive alive.
15 minutes left. Ready to start the fourth quarter at McMahon Stadium. Over 31,000 here. They're starting to hold their breath a bit. Jeff Garcia trying to lead his Stampeders to the Grey Cup game.
I do believe that the measure of a quarterback is based on championships. And as many good years as I've had in the past or have in my future, they'll be all for naught if I can't help this team win a championship.
Garcia 15 minutes away. He enjoys a 9-point lead and a first down at the Edmonton 53. Rolling left, hit as he throws, looking for Pitts, and Alan Pitts, a flag goes down. Pitts was interfered with down inside the 10. Trent Brown, the safety.
Well, they had double coverage, Chris. Trent Brown, the safety, and Dwayne Provo. Or make that real well. So they have coverage on him, a little bit too tight. The ball is thrown. The difference between this throw and the previous two that went deep that were picked off is he threw the ball past him. As you can see, Trent Brown kind of grabbed him a little bit.
Edmonton number 28, first down.
And no question about the call. He was tackling Pitts before the ball arrived.
But my point being that Garcia threw the ball farther this time than letting it float underneath last time and allowing Edmonton to pick off the previous two long passes. This time he put it deep, results in interference.
Contact before the ball arrived on Pitts, and they are moving the ball to the 42 first down. So the ball not spotted inside the 10. That's a break for Edmonton. Garcia, Anderson, wrapped up immediately by Dwayne Stewart, former Rose Bowl star, strong safety with Washington State. Well, and now through 45 minutes.
Well, the biggest thing that you got to like about the way Edmonton has rebounded is they only had the ball 10 minutes in the first half. 2 quarters, 5 minutes each quarter. But look at this. They've now jumped it up to 19. They had that ball out of 15 minutes. They had it 9 minutes. So they're starting to take some of the time, making that offense work the ball a little bit. And as a result, they're only down by 9.
Ball at the Edmonton 38. It's 2nd and 6, Calgary. Garcia under the gun. Leroy Blue knocked down, and now Garcia will run himself. And Garcia nailed by Wilson. But it looks like he'll get out at the 31-yard line, and it'll be a first down with a yard to spare.
Well, yard to spare, but I mean, I think everybody, the kidder's coming over and saying, he's saying right there, hey, listen, buddy, just get out of bounds. Enough with the heroics. Look, he sees the guy coming to tackle him right now. He knows there's someone coming. He's going to put his shoulder down and get exactly what he can.
He says, when I maintain my aggression, there's less likelihood that I'm going to get hurt. There's a big
one. I tell you, Big Freddy just paved the way. Come back on a peel block. That's what's called a blindsider on Benny Goods. How do you do, Benny?
Stampeders driving. Here comes the blitz. But a completion to Vaughn down to the 20. An 11-yard gain by Terry Vaughn. Garcia slow to get up.
And you know, when things are working, things are working. That play, they got Pitts and Moore. They want to clear it out. Pitts is right by the receiver. He's supposed to go deep on that pattern, allowing the receiver, Vaughn, to come underneath. You can see Pitts is still there. They're both originally going to go deep, clear it out, allowing Vaughn to come underneath. But when you're hot, you're hot.
Last cut for Calgary was 1992. Terry Vaughn has a 100-yard receiving day, 7 for 106. First down, Garcia ducked under one, and now try to get outside. Dwayne Stewart won't let it happen. An incompletion, great pursuit by the outside linebacker, Dwayne Stewart.
Well, excellent job of pursuit and keeping contained. So the outside, not taking the incorrect angle. Big guy, 6'2", 220 pounds, but they like the fact that he can be put in cover situations. Here's a guy that can run with most running backs, so you know that as quick as Jeff Garcia is, he's just as quick.
Well, early on, Rich Stubler seemed to be scrambling, but the adjustments have tightened things up here. And the chess match continues as Garcia looks at 2nd and 10 from the Edmonton 20. Again, pressure, and Garcia gets outside, wide open. That's Aubrey Cummings, touchdown! postseason.
Well, I tell you what, there's another breakdown. We just showed Red Stugler before talking about how he's getting a little bit happier with what they're doing defensively. But look at this. I mean, Garcia scrambles to the outside. Nobody is around him. Aubrey Cummings is wide open, makes a nice move on Dwayne Provo, runs into the end zone. The rookie from Acadia with the biggest catch of his CFL career.
He was a Heck Creighton nominee with Acadia. He's quite a character. How many rookies in the CFL become the player rep? He's a leader in his first year. And he's a big-time player right now for the Stamps. Well, a deflating moment at the Edmonton Eskimos bench. They look like they had the momentum till Aubrey Cummings caps a 7-play Calgary drive.
Well, the thing that killed him in the first half in the play, the touchdown pass to Pitts, they bring 5 defensive linemen in again. Anytime you're bringing in this many defensive linemen, you're taking out a defensive back or a linebacker. They break down in coverage. Both guys go to the out pattern. Nobody picks up Aubrey Cummings. He makes the catch. Provo realizes that, tries to come back, make the play on it, makes a move, touchdown. But you know what? That's twice they've gone with that 5-man defensive line stunt, and it just has really come back to haunt them.
Check that. The drive was 9 yards, 75, or 9 plays, 75 yards. Remember, Jeff Garcia scrambling for first down.
Well, mobility will give it to you. I'm telling you right now. I mean, he does so many things. You know, when they try and bring 5 guys rushing, or they try and bring Willie Pless up the middle, he's got the ability to get to the outside. When he gets to the outside, he puts your defensive backs in such a tough position because he can take off with the football or throw the football, and the guys on defense are in a can't-win situation sometimes.
16-point Calgary lead with 11:45 to go. Henry Williams in what could be his final game in the Canadian Football League with the kickoff return. The brilliant Giz, 14 years as a professional.
You know what, Chris, we talk to Giz, and every time you've ever seen this man, he has got a smile on his face. He's happy, he's laughing, he's telling jokes. Yesterday, he's outside the press conference doing his imitation of a barking dog. He actually got you when you walked out. But you know what, we saw him today before the game, and it's one of the few times that I've seen the Giz without a smile on his face. He is dead serious. He knows that this may be it for him. He might have to make a decision about where he goes, and you know what, he was ready to play, and he was hoping that they'd be in a better situation than they are right now.
Injured Calgary Stampeder is Aldi Henry getting attention.
Whatever your project, Canadian Tire can help it take shape. Canadian Tire, still the right place to do it.
Pat Clayton, the athletic therapist, long time athletic therapist in Calgary, attending to Aldi Henry.
Well, you can just see Van Bellingham and Aldi Henry do the meeting of the minds, and thank God they got a helmet, or there'd be a lot of gray matter on that football field. But that's one of those things that happens when you're trying to swarm or gang tackle a man of Gizmo Williams' stature. Sometimes the helmets will meet in unforeseen places, and I think Aldi Henry took the worst of that one.
David Archer goes back to work without Troy Mills in the Eskimo backfield. He's out with damaged ribs. 4 receivers right side. They dump it off to the left. And it's Scott Dibert. And Dibert springs it loose. Flag down away from the Dibert run.
Now, I tell you what, you talk to some of the Edmonton guys, I know there's a flag down. One of the big guys they're really impressed with last week with the game he had was Dibert. They said he made some great plays, not only running the football, but catching the football.
Holding. Edmonton number 59. First down.
Veteran Leo Groenwagen called for the hold, and it negates a 44-yard Dibert reception.
Well, he's right in the middle right here. Let's take a look at him right now. You know, whenever you're running a little screen like this, you want to let your guy go through. But unfortunately, what happened on that time, the defensive tackle did not go with the flow. So Groenwagen had to pull him down, trying to keep him away from the play.
Here's Archer looking downfield, and it's a completion to Myron Wise at the Calgary 35. A first down for the Eskimos. 25-yard pickup for Wise. They talked about Wise's speed, and for the first time we've seen them exploit that.
Well, big time. He's got speed. Dowdell's got speed. They got a lot of talent now. They haven't worked together a whole lot. That might be the downfall. He's not had a lot of receivers play consecutively together. But it definitely opens up the underneath when you do have some speed.
Archer has a receiver. It's Don Blair. And Donnie Blair has another first down to the 17-yard line. No question, this has been a more dangerous Eskimo attack in the second half.
And what they're doing now is they're going up a little bit of a hurry-up offense, not allowing Calgary to get the defensive calls in. Trying to mix them up, confuse them, and get a break.
Play whistled in, the ball at the 18, first and 10, Edmonton. Archer looks to the far side of the field. There's Dowdell. And Marvin Coleman hanging on.
Marcus Dowdell.
And this is as sharp as this team has looked in this game. And I tell you what, if you're an Edmonton fan, this is when you want these guys to start breathing some life. It's the fourth quarter. It's do or die. David Archer is throwing the ball with a lot of authority right now. You can take a look. The first half, 84 yards. They've more than doubled that in the second half.
Remember, 2 touchdown passes a week ago against BC in the final 4 minutes. Archer looks into the end zone, and Dowdell was held up. He's looking for a flag, and so is quarterback Archer.
Well, I think he got caught up in the coverage. He tried to get around him, but it looked like the defender was just trying to get out of his way. He was not trying to impede his progress to get to the ball, and that would be Marvin Coleman. And unfortunately, those things sometimes are thrown by the official, but the official at that time had looked like he had a good view of it, decided not to throw the football, or the flag, excuse me.
3rd and 3, and the Eskimos are not gambling yet.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
This to get them within 13 points of the Stampeders. Just under 9.5 minutes to play. And Sean Fleming is good again. 23-10. 9:20 left. Keith Stevenson's Eskimos not done yet.